Imagine sinking your teeth into a taco that's all hype and no heart, leaving you wondering why you even bothered. We've all chased that perfect Mexican meal at a chain, only to end up with bland bites and buyer's remorse. Today, we're breaking down the spots to steer clear of, and the few that still deliver real flavor fireworks. Let's start with the king of late-night runs, Taco Bell, where those glowing signs pull you in like a moth to a flame. This chain's been around since the 60s, starting in California and exploding into thousands of spots worldwide. They've got everything from crunchy tacos to wild inventions like the Doritos Locos tacos. And just this year, they're tapping into Y2K nostalgia with a decade's menu bringing back caramel apple empanadas and other throwbacks, all under $3 starting September 9th. But here's where it gets tricky. Despite the fun twists, like their new grilled steak burritos or that Baja Blast at midnight, the reality often falls flat. The ground beef can taste more like seasoned filler than actual meat, especially when it's soggy from sitting too long. Burritos pack in so much rice and beans that the cheese and sour cream overpower any real protein punch. Nachos look epic in ads but turn into a gloopy mess with that artificial cheese sauce clinging to everything. Prices have inched up over the years, and what felt like a steal now seems like you're paying for convenience over quality. In 2025 rankings, they often land mid-pack or lower in Mexican fast food lists, with critics pointing to inconsistency across locations. Longtime eaters reminisce about how it used to hit different back in the day, but now it's more of a gamble. Sometimes that crunch wrap supreme is pure bliss. Other times, it's a stomach churner. Fans defend it as a guilty pleasure, especially for vegetarians with options like black bean swaps. But overall, it's become predictable in the wrong ways. So, tell me, is Taco Bell still your go-to for those odd-hour cravings? Or has the charm worn off with all the changes? Shifting over to Chipotle, the place that kicked off the fast casual revolution back in the 90s with its assembly line burritos and focus on fresh ingredients. They burst onto the scene promising no GMOs and ethically sourced meats, and this year they're bringing back fan-favorite carne asada just in time for football season, starting September 4th, with tender steak grilled up with lime and cilantro. They've also teamed up with college athletic programs to fuel athletes and introduced new items like adobo ranch dips to keep things exciting. But let's be real, the shine has dimmed a bit. Portion sizes have been a hot topic in 2025, with complaints flooding in about skimpy scoops of steak or guac, leaving bowls feeling more filler than feast. Flavor can swing wildly depending on the spot. One location nails that smoky chicken with zesty salsa, while another serves up bland, under-seasoned bites that taste like they forgot the spices. Those food safety scares from years ago, like E. coli outbreaks, still linger in people's minds, even though they've stepped up protocols. Prices? They've climbed to where a loaded burrito rivals a sit-down meal. And with same-store sales dipping in the second quarter this year, it's clear some folks are pulling back. Rankings put them in the middle for Mexican chains, praised for customization but dinged for value. Families and seniors especially feel the pinch, wondering if the hype justifies the cost anymore. Habit keeps lines long, but that initial magic of building your perfect bowl seems a little faded these days. What about you? Do you still line up for Chipotle, or do the headlines and higher tabs keep you away? Now, Del Taco, the chain that's always danced between tacos and burgers since its start in the 60s out west. They used to confuse folks with that split menu, craving a burrito but ending up with fries on the side. But wow, Have they turned it around in 2025? They snagged top spots in USA Today rankings for best fast food chain and best fries, thanks to fresh pushes like slow-cooked pork carnitas and bigger L Big Boxes with half-pound burritos. Their crinkle-cut fries are legendary now, crispy and seasoned just right, often stealing the show from the mains. Tacos have stepped up too, with bolder seasonings and options like chicken soft tacos that fans rave about. Quality used to bounce around, but recent expansions and value deals have made it more consistent. They're expanding catering through partnerships and opening new spots, even after some franchise hiccups like closures in Georgia. In best Mexican fast food lists this year, they're frequently number 1 or 2, beating out bigger names with that unique vibe. Burgers are solid if you're in the mood, but the Mexican side shines brighter now. It's like they've finally committed to being a standout, not a jack-of-all-trades. Still, if you're purely after authentic flavors, it might feel a tad Americanized. Do you think Del Taco's focus shift has made it better? Or do you miss the old quirky mix? Sliding into Qodba Mexican Eats, the underdog that popped up in the 90s as a Chipotle rival with its assembly lines and free guac, or queso perks. For a while, that drew crowds preferring the extras without upcharges. This year, they're on fire with growth, hitting their 800th restaurant, surpassing 500 development commitments, and securing over $500 million in funding for expansion. They've got Dip-Timber deals celebrating queso with prizes for rewards members from September 9th to 20th, and new franchise agreements popping up everywhere, like 5 spots in New Jersey. Atmosphere is laid back, often quieter than bustling competitors, which can be a plus for a chill meal. But here's the rub. The food often lands as the safer, blander choice. Meats can lack that bold kick, rice turns gummy, and salsas feel watery instead of vibrant. It doesn't have the wow factor to pull you away from rivals, and with prices rising, the freebies don't hit as hard. Rankings this year put them mid to low in Mexican fast casual, called forgettable, despite the loyalty from some. Customers describe it as fine for a quick bite, but nothing memorable enough to crave. In the burrito wars, it's the reliable backup, not the star. If you had to choose, would you risk Chipotle's ups and downs, or stick with Qodba's steady but unexciting safety net? Taking the stage with that signature shout is Moe's Southwest Grill, where "Welcome to Moe's" echoes the second you walk in. Started in 2000, it's all about the quirky fun and build-your-own burritos with a ton of toppings. This year, they're celebrating 25 years with 4 straight years of growth, bringing back tequila lime chicken zested with tagine, and debuting international spots like Moe's Casa Mexicana in India. They've got remodels boosting sales double digits, kids eat free deals in August, and a flaming hot munchies collab for bold flavors. Free chips and salsa add value, and queso gets love when it's on point, creamy and dippable. But consistency is the Achilles heel. One burrito's stuffed to bursting, another's skimpy on meat with dry rice and muted seasonings. The loud greeting charms at first, but can feel forced on repeat visits. Locations vary in energy and cleanliness, and flavors sometimes fall flat, like under-seasoned meats or watery salsa. In 2025 rankings, they're often lower tier, praised for variety, but criticized for slipping quality compared to peaks. Seniors complain it's not the same as early days, but families appreciate the playful vibe. When the best part is the free sides or gimmicks, the mains aren't carrying the weight. Do you dig that big welcome, or is it all noise without the flavor to back it up? Rolling in from the Midwest is Taco John's, famous for those potato olas since the 60s. Those crispy fried potato rounds dusted with seasoning are addictive, perfect for dipping in nacho cheese or salsa. This year, their Taco Bravo snagged Best Fast Food Taco in USA Today's survey, and they've introduced Nacho Taco Bravo for a crunchy twist. They're bolstering leadership with new COO and HR appointments, declaring Hot Taco Summer with deals, and even moving HQ to St. Louis Park for fresh starts. Menus got bolder claims with Mexican-inspired edges, like Fiesta burritos and quesadillas. But the tacos themselves often underwhelm. Shells can be stale, meat greasy without much zip, toppings basic like lettuce and cheese. Burritos fill you up mostly with rice, not explosive flavors. Marketing pushes difference from Taco Bell, but reality doesn't always match. Customers admit stopping for nostalgia or potatoes, not the tacos. In rankings, they're mid-pack, strong on sides but weak on mains. If the highlight's the olds, something's off for a taco chain. Have you ever hit Taco John's for the tacos? Or is it always those famous potatoes calling your name? Here's a sit-down spot that promised fiestas but often delivers meh. On the Border Mexican Grill and Cantina. Launched in the 80s with Tex-Mex flair, bright colors, and sizzling fajitas, it felt like a step up from fast food for families. Endless chips and salsa were a draw, with a variety for everyone. But quality has slipped. Fajitas arrive lukewarm instead of hot off the skillet. Tacos and enchiladas taste reheated. Chips stale or oversalted. Service swings from friendly to indifferent, hurting trust. In recent years, they've faced bankruptcy filings and dozens of closures in 2025, signaling tough times. Some locations still shine with casual margs and apps, but when sides are the stars, mains lag. Seniors recall better days, but the charm's faded. Is it more style than substance for you? Or do you remember when those fajitas felt like a treat? Marching in with fresh promises is Chevy's Fresh Mex, positioning itself as lively and family-friendly since the 80s, with in-house tortillas and bold motto. Big rooms, colorful decor, tacos, tamales, and sizzling platters aimed for party vibes. But delivery often misses. Tortillas cold or rubbery, enchiladas bland with congealed cheese, tamales dry, salsa watery. Felt overpaid for forgettable food. Many spots shuttered recently, but surviving ones get praise for fresh eats and fun atmospheres in reviews, like cold beers and staff perks. This year, they're hosting big Cinco de Mayo parties in New Jersey, with tents and deals, plus summer specials. Rankings put them low, name doing more work than food. Was Chevy's ever truly fresh for you? Or just hype? Coming in hot is El Pollo Loco, the fire-grilled chicken spot from the 70s emphasizing citrus-spiced, wholesome meals over fried. At best, juicy meat with smoky skin paired with rice, beans, tortillas. This year, second quarter revenue hit $125.8 million, up from last, with franchise growth. They're refreshing the brand with new looks. Taglines like Fire-Grilled Perfection, Mango Habanero Chicken, and planning 315 to 345 new spots in 2025, hitting 500th restaurant. Healthier bowls and salads appeal. But inconsistency hits hard. Chicken can be dry or rubbery. Sides bland like watery beans or reheated tortillas. In rankings, they're top for some, like number 2 in Best Mexican Fast Food, but dinged for reliability. Fans love variety, but if the star chicken flops, the meal does too. Have you had El Pollo Loco that's worth remembering, or more forgettable than fire? Slipping in with bold claims is Baja Fresh, touting no freezers or microwaves since the 90s for daily fresh prep. sounded revolutionary. Burritos big, tacos simple, salsa bar a highlight. This year, they've debuted smoky Chipotle chicken items through October 20th. Mango habanero for summer sweet heat, and $10 Baja bundles for value. Grilled fish tacos retain fans. Healthier options stand out. But fillings often lack seasoning. Portions smaller, prices up, making home-cooked seem better. Competition overshadows, and rankings place them mid on our slogan feeling empty. Do you still think Baja when you hear fresh? Or is it just words? On the brighter side, Chuy's keeps the Tex-Mex party going with funky decor and bold flavors since the 80s in Austin. That creamy jalapeno dip is legendary, addictive enough for gallons. Enchiladas ooze cheese, fajitas sizzle hot. Portions generous, consistent tastes. This year, after Darden's $605 million acquisition, they're expanding with new spots like Bastrop in 2026, Argyle, and more. A fire hit one location in July, but they're bouncing back. Family-friendly without stuffiness, acquired for growth signaling strength. Not perfect, heavy dishes, loud energy, but delivers smiles. Have you dipped into Chuy's jalapeno sauce, and could you stop at one order? Finally, Torchy's Tacos, the food truck success from Austin in 2006, still slinging damn good tacos nationwide. Creative like fried chicken with poblano or brisket with pickled onions. Veggie options thoughtful. Casual rebellious vibe persists. This year, massive steak sale, more locations, taco of the month. New torched bowls with Brittany Broski collab to ditch boring bowls. Loyalty program launch. But some closures in Columbus, Richmond, Overland Park due to underperformance. Prices higher, but quality matches for unique bites. In rankings, they're often top for innovation. Would you play safe with classics or try Torchy's Wild Ones for the tail? There you have it, our deep dive into Mexican chains from flops to favorites. Which one shocked you most? Drop comments, like if this helped, and subscribe for more food truths.